Have you ever paused at a crossroads in life, feeling the pull of an invisible thread guiding you toward a decision you could not explain? In those fleeting moments, you touched something ancient, something older than memory itself, the silent voice of your intuition. But what if I told you that intuition is not a random gift bestowed upon the lucky few? What if, hidden just beneath the noise of daily existence, there lies a timeless wellspring of knowing, waiting for you to access it, instantly? Across deserts where mystics wandered alone, within the hallowed halls of forgotten temples, and in the secret scrolls of ancient wisdom keepers, intuition has been revered as the sacred language of the soul. It is not bound by logic nor restrained by reason. Instead, it moves like the wind through unseen realms, whispering truths to those who know how to listen. Yet in the clamor of our modern world, this inner voice has become faint, like a distant star hidden by city lights. Today, we embark on a journey not outward, but inward, to rediscover the forgotten art of instant intuition. This is not merely about guessing right or feeling a hunch. It is about unlocking a gateway to a deeper intelligence, a secret river of insight flowing just beyond the limits of the conscious mind. In this exploration, we will unveil the ancient roots of intuition, delving into teachings from lost civilizations and sacred traditions. We will decode the mechanics of this hidden sense, revealing how it operates beyond thought and time. And most importantly, we will equip you with powerful, practical techniques to awaken this dormant power within you, here and now. Prepare to step beyond the veil of the ordinary. Prepare to remember what your soul has always known. Long before the first ink touched parchment, long before empires rose and fell, the ancients spoke of a hidden guide within, a luminous force beyond the mind, known today as intuition. To them, intuition was not some fleeting impulse. It was a sacred bridge between the mortal and the divine, a whisper from the infinite that could lead kings to victory and sages to enlightenment. In the mystic schools of ancient Egypt, initiates were trained not only in mathematics and astronomy, but in the silent arts of inner knowing. The Egyptians believed that the human heart, not the brain, was the seat of intelligence. The heart was seen as a sacred compass, tuned to the subtle frequencies of Ma'at, the cosmic order. Before any soul could pass into the afterlife, it was not their thoughts that were weighed, but their heart, against the feather of truth. Across the deserts of the East, in India's timeless traditions, the concept of pratyaksha emerged, direct perception, an unmediated knowing that surpasses intellect. The ancient sages, or rishis, spoke of the third eye, an invisible organ of perception located beyond the two physical eyes. This eye, they taught, sees beyond illusion, beyond Maya, the shifting sands of the material world, into the eternal reality that underlies all. In Greece, the philosopher Socrates, that eternal midwife of wisdom, confessed that a mysterious voice, his daimonion, often intervened, steering him away from errors not through argument but through quiet, inner prompting. He trusted this unseen guide so deeply that he credited it for the wisdom that flowed through his dialogues. To the Greeks, this was not superstition but a profound acknowledgement that human reason is but one layer of consciousness. The mystics of the Kabbalah, cloaked in esoteric secrecy, spoke of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, a divine breath that could enter the soul, revealing truths hidden from ordinary senses. In their sacred diagrams, the tree of life, intuition is linked to the Sephirah of Chakma, wisdom, a flash of insight that arises not from gathering data, but from the union with the divine source. Even in the indigenous traditions of the Americas, shamans and medicine people honed their ability to perceive with the heart-mind, communicating with spirits, animals, and the earth itself, guided not by rational thought but by a deep, intuitive symphony with all of existence. Throughout the ages and across every culture, intuition was not seen as something rare or accidental. It was cultivated, honored, and integrated into the daily rhythm of life. It was understood that within each soul lies a mirror of the cosmos, and through stillness, trust, and sacred practice, that mirror could be polished until it reflected the hidden truths of the universe itself. Today, in our age of algorithms and endless information, we have been taught to doubt what cannot be measured. Yet the wisdom of the ancients calls to us still, reminding us that intuition is not a relic of the past. It is a birthright, a sacred inheritance from the stars themselves. Now that we have touched the timeless roots of intuition, it is time to explore how this hidden faculty actually works, the living anatomy of intuition, and how you can awaken it at will. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unseen ocean, an ocean that stretches beyond time, beyond logic, beyond the five senses. This ocean is the field of consciousness itself, and intuition is the mysterious current that carries fragments of its wisdom to your shore. But how does this ethereal process unfold? How does a whisper from the infinite become a knowing in your heart? At its essence, intuition is not born from thought. Thought, as the sages teach, is like a candle flickering in the wind, bright but limited, vulnerable to the shifting currents of the outer world. Intuition, by contrast, is the steady glow of the stars, ancient and unwavering. It emerges from a deeper stratum of awareness, a place where separation dissolves and all things are interconnected. Modern science has only begun to scratch the surface of this mystery. The subconscious mind, housing billions of bits of information absorbed through your senses and experiences, operates below conscious awareness. Yet intuition is more than a subconscious calculation. It is the bridge between the subconscious and the superconscious, a realm where all possibilities already exist, shimmering in potential. To understand intuition, one must think not in terms of steps or sequences, but of resonance. Just as a tuning fork vibrates when another of its frequency is struck nearby, your being resonates with certain truths in the field of infinite knowledge. These resonances bypass the analytical mind entirely. They do not argue or explain, they simply are. When a mother senses that her child, miles away, is in danger, when an artist suddenly knows exactly what color to stroke upon the canvas, when a traveler feels an unexplainable pull to take a different road, these are not accidents. They are signals received from the silent orchestra of life, where every note is connected in a vast cosmic symphony. The ancient mystics likened intuition to the flight of a bird. While the mind walks step by step across the ground, intuition soars high above, seeing the entire landscape in a single sweep. It is not bound by time or space. It does not need to reason its way to the truth because it perceives the truth directly. Yet, herein lies the paradox. Intuition speaks in a whisper, while the mind shouts. In the cacophony of daily life, intuition is often drowned out by doubt, fear, and overanalysis. It is as though a delicate harp plays in the midst of a roaring storm. To hear it, one must quiet the storm within. The first movement toward tapping into your intuition, then, is not to chase after it but to create a space for it. A still, silent space where the noise of thought subsides and the deeper voice can emerge. This is why meditation, contemplation, and dreamwork have always been pillars of intuitive awakening across every ancient path. You are not separate from the field of all wisdom. You are woven into it like a single thread in a vast cosmic tapestry. Intuition is the subtle vibration of that thread when touched by the hands of the universe. In the next part, we will dive even deeper, uncovering the lesser-known layers of intuition, the different types it can take, and why some intuitive hits feel crystal clear while others are clouded with confusion. If intuition is a bridge to the infinite, then it is a bridge with many pathways, each veiled in its own mist. Not all intuitive messages arrive with the same clarity, nor do they all speak the same language. To truly master the art of instant intuition, one must learn to recognize these subtle variations, to read the shifting winds of the unseen. There is the claircognizance, the sudden knowing that descends like a bolt of lightning. Without reasoning, without deliberation, you simply know. It is the wisdom of the eagle, seeing from a height beyond the mountains, discerning the hidden patterns no eye could detect. Then there is clairvoyance, the intuitive seeing. Not with the physical eyes, but with the inner eye, the mind's eye, which perceives images, symbols, and flashes of insight. These visions are often fragmented, like pieces of an ancient mosaic scattered before you, inviting you to piece together the deeper story. Clairsentience speaks through feeling, a heavy weight in the chest, a shiver down the spine, a sudden warmth blossoming in the heart. The body, that forgotten temple of spirit, becomes an instrument of reception, vibrating with the truths that words could never capture. And there is clairaudience, the hearing beyond hearing, the faint voice that speaks not in the ears, but in the quiet chambers of the mind. A name whispered without cause, a song rising unbidden, a phrase repeating itself when you most need guidance. Each of these facets of intuition corresponds to different soul senses, different frequencies in the symphony of your being. Sometimes they come singly, sometimes layered upon one another like the many harmonies of a sacred chant. The key is learning to recognize their voice amidst the endless chatter of the conscious mind. Yet even the most gifted mystics face moments of distortion. Intuition can be clouded by personal desire, fear, or emotional turbulence. It is as if mud has been stirred into a clear pond. The reflection remains, but it is distorted. To truly access pure intuition, the waters of your inner world must be still and clear. Ancient sages warned of the false voice, the inner mimic that speaks from fear or ego, masquerading as intuition. How can you tell the difference? True intuition is calm, detached, and gentle. It never pleads, panics, or demands. It offers a knowing that feels timeless and neutral, even when the truth it reveals carries weight. Imagine standing before two paths. One stirs your mind into frantic analysis, fills your body with restless energy, floods you with conflicting emotions. The other brings a sudden, unshakable peace, a feeling as if the universe itself nods silently. The second is the path of true intuition. It does not shout for attention because it does not need to. There are also layers of intuition reserved for deeper spiritual work. Intuition can guide not just decisions of the everyday, but awakenings of the soul, revealing hidden talents, karmic lessons, sacred contracts written before your birth. In such moments, intuition becomes prophecy, not a prediction of the future, but a deep alignment with the river of destiny flowing through you. As we journey deeper into this ancient art, remember, intuition is not a skill you acquire. It is a remembering of what you already are. Like a mirror hidden beneath dust, your soul's knowing is already complete. You need only clear the surface to see its reflection once more. Now that we have unmasked the veiled nature of intuition, let us step into the realm of action, the sacred practices and techniques that can awaken this hidden compass within you instantly. To awaken the silent oracle within you is not to force, but to allow. Intuition is like a shy deer emerging from the forest. It appears not when you chase it, but when you create an environment of trust, stillness, and reverence. The ancient paths offer us sacred practices, living keys that can unlock this hidden doorway at any moment. Begin with the sacred art of stillness. In a world where noise is worshipped, silence becomes an act of rebellion, a return to the original temple. Find a quiet place, free from distractions, and sit in effortless alertness. Do not chase thoughts away nor cling to them. Simply witness. Like clouds drifting across a vast sky, allow your mental chatter to pass without grasping. In the silent spaces between thoughts, intuition begins to whisper. Breath is the bridge between the seen and unseen worlds. Practice conscious breathing, slow, deep, rhythmic. Inhale as if drawing in the wisdom of the stars. Exhale as if releasing the dust of doubt. Breath grounds the body, stills the mind, and amplifies the quiet signals of intuition. Dreamwork is another hidden gateway. Before you sleep, pose a question to your subconscious, a gentle inquiry, not a demand. Upon waking, capture the fleeting images and sensations that arise, for dreams speak in symbols crafted by the soul itself. Many ancient seers received visions and guidance through this nocturnal portal. The practice of sacred questioning sharpens intuition like a blade against stone. When faced with a decision, do not ask your mind what is logical. Instead, place the question within your heart. Feel the subtle shifts within your body as you contemplate each option. Does your chest expand or contract? Does your breath flow freely or tighten? The body never lies. It is the living compass of the spirit. Nature, too, is a powerful amplifier. Spend time among trees, rivers, and stones. The earth is a vast resonator for intuitive wisdom. In the presence of nature, the static of modern life fades, and the quiet music of intuition becomes audible once more. To strengthen this bond, trust is essential. Doubt is the poison that silences the intuitive voice. Begin by trusting the smallest nudges. Act on the gentle promptings without waiting for overwhelming proof. Each act of trust strengthens the bridge between your conscious self and the deeper knowing within. Challenges will arise. Impatience, overthinking, and emotional turbulence can cloud your inner vision. When this happens, return to stillness. Do not battle the storm, simply wait for its passing. Intuition is like the reflection of the moon in water. Only when the waters are calm can the light be seen clearly. In moments of uncertainty, remember this truth. The wisdom you seek is not elsewhere. It is already within you, folded into the very fabric of your being. Through reverence, patience, and practice, you can unfold it, petal by sacred petal, until the full bloom of your inner knowing reveals itself. Now that you hold the keys to unlocking your intuition instantly, let us conclude this journey with a final reflection, a parting gift from the ancient well of wisdom itself. You stand now at the threshold of a great and timeless truth, that within you, beyond the noise of thought, beyond the flicker of emotion, a sacred compass quietly spins, always pointing toward your highest path. Today, you have journeyed through ancient temples and silent forests, through the whispered teachings of mystics and the unveiled mechanics of the hidden senses. You have seen that intuition is not a rare gift granted to a chosen few, but a living river that flows through every soul, awaiting only your permission to flood your life with its light. Remember this: intuition speaks not in storms, but in whispers. It reveals not through force, but through presence. And when you honor it, when you trust its gentle nudges even in the face of doubt, you align yourself with the very rhythms of the cosmos. In every choice you make, in every path you walk, intuition stands beside you, patient, steady, eternal. To live by its guidance is to live in harmony with the great symphony of existence itself. So listen closely. Trust the unseen hand that moves your heart toward what is true, what is beautiful, what is destined. For the stars above and the soul within both sing the same song, and it is calling you home. If you found this journey enlightening, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Help us spread this ancient wisdom so that more seekers may awaken to the silent oracle within. Thank you for watching and for walking this sacred path with us. Until our next meeting under the timeless skies, stay connected to your inner light.